What if I told you that AI is actually decreasing your productivity? You're producing more than you ever have and understanding less of it than you ever have. And look, I know this because it happened to me. A while back, I was building a SaaS product, vibe coding the whole thing with Claude Code. And at the start, it was absolutely incredible. I described what I wanted and it would just appear faster than I could have ever built it myself, even if I had an entire team of developers. But somewhere in the middle, something shifted. The thing got bigger than I could hold in my head. And every time it hit a problem, the AI would just go off and solve it. And I'd just sit there waiting, watching it build. And while I waited, I'd drift, I'd doom scroll, I'd check my phone, and I lose the thread and I lose the interest. And so my prompts started to get shorter, shallower. At the start, I was thinking, writing careful instructions, making real decisions. But by the end, I was just typing, make this better, make this more professional. And I was writing things like, imagine you are the best developer ever and I want you to build me this app. So I was losing interest slowly. I was losing critical thinking as I was building this thing. And so that's not the only example. I have this other project, a tool that would give me insights on my own investments. You'd think that I would pay more attention when I'm writing the prompts, and I put in more care and try to make actual decisions and put in the hard work, but I didn't. And the same thing happened all over again. And it got so deep that I didn't even understand the recommendations it was giving me. And so there's this moment that I keep coming back to where I look at my own chat history and I watch my prompts decay in real time. From a person who was thinking to a person who's like, you're a world-renowned financial analyst, make this thing better. Okay, that is not a prompt. I don't care what TikTok videos you've seen. That's more like a wish, like a prayer. And look, I mean, it felt a little weird. I wasn't excited anymore by this most amazing thing and most powerful thing that was ever built that is right in front of me. I was feeling numb, okay? I had like a flat, dissociated boredom. Like I'm clicking, typing a little bit, waiting, voice dictating, and like doom scrolling. I had this feeling that the thing in front of me was so huge and the project, it was getting so big and out of hand and full of jargon that I felt it was about to swallow me whole. Swallow my intellect, swallow my thinking brain, swallow my critical thinking and my motivation. And so like, it's amazing. I built the most incredible thing I could imagine. I had to be working at a hedge fund with like an entire team. But I couldn't even tell you what problem it solved or why it should exist or what any of it was for. So like I had the output, but I'd lost the plot. And so here's the thing that nobody tells you about AI and productivity. Look, the danger isn't that it does a bad job. The danger is that it does such a great job and quietly takes your understanding as the payment. Because the struggle, that part where you sit with a hard problem and your brain hurts, that's not the obstacle to the work. That is the work. That's where understanding gets built. That's where the thing becomes yours. And when you hand your struggle to AI, you don't just save time, my friend. You give away the only part that was ever going to make it mean something. The whole part that makes you a human being. It's like you're turning AI into a nanny and it just does things for you. It keeps you comfortable, keeps you relaxed, but numbs your brain as well, and it raises you to be helpless. But here's the thing. There's another way to use the exact same tool. Think about what someone would call a good sparring partner. It doesn't fight for you, it just makes you sharper. It pushes back. It asks you the question you didn't want to answer. You leave the session better than you came in. Not because it carried you, but because it made you work. And so this is a version of artificial intelligence I'm trying to build my whole life around right now, after having this realization that artificial intelligence could swallow my intellect. And honestly, this video is kind of proof of it because I didn't sit there and ask it to write me a script, for example. We had to see what are some of the trending topics. We had to see what are the things that actually interested me. And I actually got the AI to ask me a bunch of questions and came up with a bunch of bullet points and a bunch of pain points. And I put them all in this, and now I can flow better than ever. And I used my actual brain. I was the author here, not the editor. And that is one thing that you have to keep in mind. You're doing the hard work and AI is just in the room there with you. And so that's what I want you to hold on to. Now, look, staying the author without giving up all that speed is easier said than done. Actually keeping the output and the ownership is easier said than done. And that is the real skill. And that's exactly what I'm going to be trying to figure out out loud on this channel. How do I use AI to augment my life? How do you use AI to improve my thinking? How do you use AI and develop at the same time rather than delegate the most important parts of my brain to it? Look guys, I know this was probably intense, but if this resonated with you, hit the subscribe button and tell me in the comments if you think AI makes you the editor instead of the author, whether you have delegated your entire brain to AI or whether you only use it as a tool. I promise you, I will try to read all the comments.